Hey,
Kia ora, Jake.
brother.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Should we go inside and talk about books?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. So this show that we're doing is about, well, it's aimed at men that don't read. Did you grow up with books in your house?
I had picture books that I loved. There was one book that I had which was all about space and galaxies and stuff. That was probably my favorite. As a young, we're talking 5, 6 kind of thing. And then I had a dinosaur book which I loved, and then I had this little child's version of the Bible. And then after that, I think I branched into like Goosebumps. And that was probably one of my first story books that I really liked, because it was one of those, you can choose your which page you want to go to, you can choose your own destiny.
And what got you into reading in the first place?
I was introduced to books by people reading to me, so it was through someone else saying, "I'm going to sit down and read a book," and then that was kind of where my love of books started. To be honest, I went away from books for a little while after finding cartoons and stuff like that, but throughout my life, I found that the books that I've read with good stories have stuck with me more than movies have.
So when you stepped away from reading and got into cartoons, what brought you back in?
I think when I got to about 17 years old, I started to wonder. I had big questions about life that I think everyone comes across at a certain point, and then I started reading books like The Alchemist, and a great book that I love is called Tuesdays with Morrie, and then Catcher in the Rye, going through a bit of a...
The Holden Caulfield phase. Everyone's a phony.
Yeah. At the same time, I was reading, or watching Fight Club, and then read Fight Club, so I was just like, I just feel alienated in this world. I feel like I want to be a bit of a nonconformist at this point, and so these books really related to me.
And so do you engage with Kindle, iPhone, mobile to read, or are you old school?
For me, because I've spent my teenage years on my screen, now I try to avoid that at all costs. I love having something physical. I'm also a doodler. If I love something, I'm all for writing all over my books and just making notes and highlighting what is speaking to me, and I love coming back to it later on and being like, oh, this is interesting. Why did I scribble on that?
And on that note, whawhatai tele lava, and thank you very much.